Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Supoma Shaha with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details.
দুনিয়ার ইতিহাসে এত রক্ত স্বাধীনতার জন্য কোনো দেশ দেয় নাই যা বাংলার মানুষ দিয়েছে। শুধু তাই নয়, তারা এমনভাবে পঙ্গতা শুরু করলো, যা কিছু ছিল ধ্বংস করতে আরম্ভ করলো। আমার 1 কোটি লোক ভারতবর্ষে আশ্রয় নিল, আমরা নিশ্চয়ই কৃতজ্ঞতা জ্ঞাপন করব।
Many people in the capital sacrificed animals today, the second day into the holy al-aqsa. According to the religious rules, animals could be sacrificed 2 days after the Eid, that is 11th and 12th Jilhaz. Many people sacrifice animals on the second day into the Eid as butchers and necessary workforce were not available on the first day. In addition, many Muslims sacrifice more than one animals and they do it on the second day. Besides, many people sacrifice animals on the second day into Eid due to their family traditions. Raw hides of sacrificial animals are being sold at the second day of Eid at Posta in capital today. Traders and retail sellers are bringing these raw hides from various parts of the city. The raw hides of the sacrificial animals are being sold with prices fixed by the government. The concerned people are preserving this by using adequate amount of salt. Meanwhile, Dhaka North and South City corporations are spreading out bleaching powder after removing all waste of sacrificial animals, including raw hides. The city corporations initiated these measures to keep citizens free from germs and stench. The city dwellers have welcomed the immediate step of the city corporations to remove animal wastes. The BNP did not abstain from falsehoods and propaganda against the government even on the day of Eid, said Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Qadir. He challenged the BNP to prove its claim as to how the sovereignty of Bangladesh was jeopardized by Myanmar. Obadul Qadir was speaking at a press briefing at Awami League President's office in the capital's Dhanmondi today.
সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে মিথ্যাচার অপপ্রচার বিএনপি ছাড়েনি কিছু। পারস্পরিক কাদা ছোড়াছুড়ি ঈদের দিন আমরা করি, এটা দেশের জনগণ নিশ্চয়ই চায় না। মিয়ানমারের ব্যাপারে আমি মির্জা ফখরুলকে চ্যালেঞ্জ করছি, সার্বভৌমত্বের প্রতি কোথায় আঘাত। আরাকান বিদ্রোহীদের একটা গুলি সেন্ট মার্টিনের দিকে এসেছে, তো আরাকান বিদ্রোহীরা তো তারা সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে লড়ছে। এখানে বাংলাদেশের বিরুদ্ধে সার্বভৌমত্ব লঙ্ঘনের কোনো ঘটনা মিয়ানমারের সরকারের পক্ষ থেকে উস্কানি দেওয়া এ পর্যন্ত হয়নি। গতবার পুরো ঈদুল আজহায় কোরবানি হয়েছে 1,41,000, এবার প্রথম দিনই 3 লাখ বেশি হয়েছে। তাহলে মানুষ এই মূল্যস্ফীতির মধ্যে কোরবানি করার যে সংখ্যা, এটা তো অনেক বৃদ্ধি পেয়েছে।
At that time, Obadul Qadir talked about Awami League's 75th founding anniversary programs. He said the party will bring out a procession on June 21st and preparations are underway in this regard. Tributes will be paid at the portrait of Father of the Nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, at Bangabandhu Bhavan in the morning on June 23rd. On the same day, there will be a rally at the historic Sohrawardi Uddan in the capital beginning at 2:30 p.m. Obadul Qadir went on to say there will be no lighting decorations marking the 75th founding anniversary of the Awami League. The Road Transport and Bridges Minister also talked about Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's upcoming India tour and said the visit will focus on the interests of the different bilateral issues. On the second day of the holy Eid al-Azha, many people are still leaving the capital Dhaka. Many people were seen leaving Dhaka by bus, rail and waterways in the morning. A huge crowd was seen in the capital's Komlapur, Mohakali, Gaptoli stations and Shodorghat launch terminal this morning. Most residents left the capital before Eid, and many who could not leave earlier due to various reasons are now heading home to share their Eid joy with dear ones. Most of those leaving Dhaka are from middle and lower income backgrounds. All passengers are happy as they can complete hassle-free Eid travel this year. Now, international news. Israeli attacks have continued across Gaza, with at least 25 Palestinians have been killed overnight in separate strikes on the Nusayrat refugee camp following a night of heavy Israeli bombardment in the central Gaza. Another 9 Palestinians waiting for aid trucks in Rafah killed and several critically injured by Israeli fire. At least 37,372 Palestinians have been killed and 85,452 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7, 2023. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people who say they have lost faith in Netanyahu have protested in Jerusalem, calling for immediate elections and an end to the war on Gaza. A senior Israeli negotiator has told the AFP news agency on condition of anonymity that dozens of captives are still alive with certainty in Gaza. Russian President Vladimir Putin reached North Korean capital Pyongyang, where he will meet leader Kim Jong-un. This is Putin's first visit to Pyongyang since 2000. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un extended an invitation to Putin when Kim visited Russia's east in September for the first talks between the two men since 2019. In a letter published in Tuesday's edition of the Rodong Sinmun, the newspaper of North Korea's ruling Workers' Party, Putin said the two countries had developed good relations and partnerships over the past 70 years based on equality, mutual respect and trust. Putin's foreign policy advisor Yuri Ushakov said the two countries could sign a partnership agreement during the visit that would include security issues. Putin will travel on to Vietnam after concluding his visit to Pyongyang. The United States, Canada, Japan and Philippines conducted a 2-day joint maritime exercise in Manila's exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea. The maritime cooperative activity was aimed at upholding freedom of navigation and overflight, reaffirming the four nations' commitment to bolstering regional security and stability, the U.S. Pacific Fleet said. In April, the Philippines conducted joint maritime activity with Japan, Australia and the United States. The Philippines has turned to countries supportive of its claims in the South China Sea to counter what Manila regards as the increasing aggressiveness of China, which claims almost the entire strategic waterway. At least 11 people have died and more than 60 are missing as a result of 2 shipwrecks off the coast of southern Italy. German charity rescue ship said it picked up 51 people from a sinking wooden boat and found 10 bodies trapped in the lower deck near the island of Lampedusa on Monday. In a separate incident on the same day, more than 60 people were reported missing, with 26 of them feared to be children, Médecins Sans Frontières said. UN agency said the boats were carrying migrants who had set off from Libya and Turkey. Continuous rainfall and mountain runoff have again triggered flooding in Sylhet. Water levels in 6 points of 4 rivers, Surma, Kushiara, Sari and Sharigoyan River in Sylhet, are flowing above the danger level. People living in border area upazilas Goyanghat, Kompaniganj and Kanaighat are experiencing the worst flooding situation. Low-lying areas of other upazilas have also been inundated. Some riverside areas of Sylhet city have also been submerged. The local administration is conducting rescue and relief distribution operations. State Minister for Expatriate Welfare and Overseas Employment, Shafiqur Rahman Chowdhury, distributed relief products among flood-affected people. Sylhet Divisional Commissioner Abu Ahmed Siddiq and Deputy Commissioner Sheikh Russell Hassan visited the flood-affected areas. The Deputy Commission said 619 shelter centers have been kept prepared across the district. According to the latest information collected from the Deputy Commissioner's office, flooding has affected 3,71,507 people in the district. Meanwhile, low-lying areas of 12 upazilas in Sunamganj district and some areas of Sunamganj town have been inundated due to heavy rainfall and overflowing of streams originating from hills. Water of Surma River is flowing above the danger level. Members of Parliament Mohibur Rahman Manik and Dr. Muhammad Sadiq, Deputy Commissioner of Sunamganj Muhammad Rashid Iqbal Chowdhury and Chairman of Sunamganj Sodor Upazila Porishad Khairul Huda Chopol visited flood-affected areas and distributed relief products among people. Now weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain of thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at most places over Rangpur, Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions and at many places over Rajshahi, Dhaka, Khulna, Borishal and Chattogram divisions. Besides, moderately heavy to very heavy falls likely to occur at places over Rangpur, Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions. Night temperature may remain nearly unchanged and day temperature may fall slightly over the country, said the Met Office. Now news and sports. West Indies beat Afghanistan by 104 runs in the final first round match of the T20 World Cup at Cross Islet in St. Lucia this morning. West Indies left-hander Nicholas Pooran combined elegance with power to score 98 with 8 sixes and propel his team to win over Afghanistan. West Indies scored 218 runs for 5 in 20 overs, the highest score of the competition. In reply, Afghanistan scored 114 runs, losing all wickets in 16 overs, 2 balls. The result was academic as both teams had already qualified for the Super 8 round, which starts on Wednesday. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Sacrificing animals continues on second day of Eid. Holidaymakers gather at railway stations and bus terminals in the capital. Traders busy with collecting raw hides of sacrificial animals, 2 city corporations in the capital remove all animal waste. Saying BNP did not abstain from falsehood and propaganda against government even on Eid Day, Ubaidul Qadir challenges Mirza Fakhrul to prove how sovereignty of Bangladesh jeopardized by Myanmar. Israel continues attacks in Gaza, 25 Palestinians killed in deadly overnight strikes in Nusayrat refugee camp. Russian President Vladimir Putin reaches North Korea on 2-day official visit for the first time in 24 years. And West Indies beat Afghanistan by 104 runs at last match of first round in ICC T20 World Cup. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. And we also invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khoda Hafiz.